girl, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited. DXMON is back with Cheese. Before we get started, I did want to mention that I'm going on a trip. So make sure if you want this song or any of your favorites to end up on our Fandom Favorites Top 30 chart, check that out in the description box below. Voting ends tomorrow. Let's go ahead and get right into this. Ooh, fun little introduction. Ooh. I like the guitar hit. We got some cowbell in the background. That's nice, always. Oh, cool transition. That was really interesting for us.
Gotta take a shot. 막 찍어도 A cup, big one, two, say cheese. 엄마 한번 봐봐. 방금 내가 찍은 shot. 모든 것이 제일 big one, two, say cheese. Bring it back, bitch, 켜 when I say cheese. 눈치 너 모두 drop, 걱정 같지. 내렸던 입꼬리 이제부터 씩 올리기 everywhere you go. 시선들이 다 모이게 나만 보기 아까우니. Let me just tell you this moment first. Say cheese. 어머 서봐 잠깐. Gotta take a shot.
I really love the bass, that kind of like brass sounding bass. Okay, that was super fun. I really enjoyed it. There were so many cool like little instrumental moments that were going on in this, and I love how it really complemented what was happening in the vocal line. We have this fun introduction with the oh way. I really like that, especially because it comes back later in the instrumental. Very good. In verse 1, the guitar hits were so nice, and I love that cowbell in the background, that rhythmic cowbell. Very interesting. It's not something that you hear every day, so I loved that. In the pre-chorus, I love the change up. It felt like the instrumentation kind of like dropped out, but it really didn't. It just was lighter, and because it didn't have those big guitar hits anymore and the cowbell wasn't as rhythmic anymore, those kind of two things went away, then it felt like a lot changed. But actually what happened is the instrumentation changed completely. So I really enjoyed that aspect too. And then when we got to the chorus, I love how it had this kind of brassy bass sound, which was really interesting, and it went along with what was happening in the chorus line. It gave the vocal line a little bit more to play around with, which I really loved. In verse 2, I love how we kind of brought back some of those guitar hits, that cowbell, that kind of change up. It really was flowed just so incredibly nice. And the pre-chorus really grew in the second time with the instrumentation and what was happening. I really was excited for what was happening next. And I love how before the chorus, I wasn't sure this was going to be a theme or not, but I love how it was like getting you ready for a picture, and then, you know, that happened right before the chorus. It gave a good like pause before going into there. So good use of silence, which is always important in music. And like I said, I love the change up in that kind of brassy sounding bass. Really interesting to listen to throughout this. In the bridge, I love how rhythmic it was at the very beginning. And then it has the well in the background, which really nice job. I love how like there was just layers upon layers upon layers within this bridge, especially going into the, you know, having a high note and then that final chorus where everything is kind of put together. I really love that, especially because in the instrumental we had the melody doubling up high, which was, we don't hear a lot of often in K-pop, at least. And so I thought that was a really, really good choice because you have all these layers. So it's like everything from the very beginning to the very end, it just grew and grew and grew and layered on top of layers. So then you have this really fun, exciting chorus at the end. I really enjoyed this. And I also love that this was filmed kind of like being shot from an old kind of camera with all the pictures and that kind of thing, like you were looking through the lens. I really enjoyed that aspect too. And then also just the fact that, you know, because we always say cheese, you know, when you're taking a picture, but they also like actually had the cheese. I thought that was kind of, you know, a fun little additive to it, just to kind of be funny and also like have a creative spin on things. So I really enjoyed this. But tell me your guys' thoughts. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite part of the song or the music video? For me, like I said, it was definitely that bridge with adding all of those layers within it. And don't forget, if you want this song or any of your favorites to end up on our Fandom Favorite Top 30 chart, check that out in the description box down below. Voting ends tomorrow at midnight, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Say you want me, and I alive, and